let's actually all take time out of our day and look at how AIDS the price action has been over the last few days, because I'm going to be honest and I'm going to say it how it is. You know, the last few months in crypto, even the last year, maybe even 2 years, has just been horrific. It's been hard to trade, it's been going down, and if you're one of them who has actually shorted the top, you've been lucky and you've been on the right side of the trade, because crypto has been atrocious. And if you think about it, potentially, if you look at this on the weekly, we might be at the end, which is annoying to say because we might get a lower high and roll over, and that might be the end of it, because usually crypto tops before stocks. So we might have to even look at stocks now to actually make a little bit of money from these markets and extract. Don't get me wrong, we could get a huge pump and it could feel amazing, especially if altcoins do run, because altcoins are looking strong right now. But you have to be realistic. This doesn't look good, especially on the weekly. It looks like it's in a downtrend. Hopefully we get that lower high. Hopefully we get some good news. Hopefully we get an alt season, but I don't see it currently. Bitcoin isn't giving us the signs. It's struggling. I know it was Thanksgiving and the stock market was closed, but stocks are what I'm looking at more. They're at all-time highs, being in extreme fear. Don't get me wrong though, we can make some money on Bitcoin, especially if you do buy it on a pullback, because it could potentially go to 100k, 105k, who knows, even all-time highs. I doubt it, but it is definitely a possibility. Now it doesn't want to load the S&P 500, so we'll get it up on eToro, but the majority of stocks in the S&P, no way, they've added SPX 6900 on eToro as well. 6,843, almost at all-time highs, and these guys are in extreme fear. Usually that tells us there's a lot longer to go. Plus, with us being in a bubble for AI, Nvidia, Tesla, things of that nature, we could just rock it for a while longer, even though the economy looks like it wants to collapse. So over the next year, usually we do see great upside. Now we may see downside like we've seen in the past in bear markets for a year or two next year, but now's not that time, and you cannot show up here with confidence thinking it's going to go down, because you're not Michael Burry, is he called? Because if you look at Nvidia, don't get me wrong, this looks like it wants to head lower, but Nvidia, Google is soaring, Meta looks like it wants to move, Amazon looks like it wants to move. These are the stocks I want to be looking at and maybe trading over the next few months, because this is potentially where the money is going to be at. Crypto is, I hate to say it, but currently the way I'm looking at it, it's dying. Now don't get me wrong, we can make a bit of money long in this, especially in the immediate short term. We could get a dead cat bounce, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. To be honest, the structure it is building here looks bullish, so I feel like we are going to get that dead cat bounce. It just depends on whether altcoins are going to go with it, and yeah, go from there really. I think I've been outperforming the majority of traders, and even for me it's hard in these markets. I've even been looking at some degen tokens like the ones I'm looking at today, but it is a war zone. The coins that are pumping, the pump are short-lived. It's difficult to find the coins that are pumping, and even when you short, especially when Bitcoin's gone down as much as it has, it's difficult to even short in this market, because if you short, the price is just going to rebound back up. So it has to be with large size, and you have to be very skilled at what you do. It's hovering above this 90k region, but truthfully, shall I be honest, I don't know what the hell is going on, and nobody does. What was that photo right there? Remember when all those crypto influencers posting this Bitcoin versus gold comparison? Yeah, that looks awful for Bitcoin. But usually when it looks awful is when it usually flies. But gold and silver are soaring. That might be another trade we're missing out on by being in crypto. So you have to be diversified, because silver is going crazy. Don't get me wrong, I made money on silver. I don't know how long you've been following me for. I have made money on silver. But it's at $56, bro. It's in a rip-roaring, raging bull market. This isn't when you buy. Usually when my emotions are feeling like that, I should not be buying at all. Send Bitcoin to zero. Or dominance to zero. Yeah, maybe that is a head and shoulders, man. Maybe we do go crazy in this final rally. But some people are saying it's reclaimed the 59% support, so you need to make your mind up Some are saying alts are bottoming. I hope alts are bottoming because we've had the worst November in 6 flipping years. That's why you can't rely on these charts, because majority of the time they're wrong. Everything people think is going to happen, the opposite usually happens. Literally, that's XPL, by the way. Just took the dog for a walk. This is the chart they were bull posting, by the way. This is the chart. It looks absolutely cooked. It might bounce from me, actually. I say that. Might need to jump back in. Let's see. It looks overbought though on the 15 minute and the 5 minute. Maybe it's going to give us a little bit more of a cool down and we fly higher. I don't promote meme coins like this, by the way. If you buy them, you are literally donating your bread to the elite. Ethereum to $800, bullish megaphone pattern. I would bid at $800, I'm going to be honest. A lot of people say that though, and they never would touch it. But don't get too hopeful. This is a relief rally expected before another major leg down. Is this what is happening? Because if it is, damn man, a depression is coming. AI will likely replace your jobs. Unpopular opinion, but it's better to sell when there's maximum greed and buy when there's maximum fear. It's true, CZ's not wrong, but CZ's a liar at the same time, and his exchange is corrupt. Trump says he will keep the stock market at an all-time high.
Your ATM is safe, your banks are safe, there's enough cash in the financial system, and there is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love?
That is jokes, bro. They're just gonna print.
The secret ingredient is nothing.
Huh? You heard me. Nothing. There is no secret ingredient.
Wait.
I don't know if I believe that. Not with crypto. With a lot of strong assets, maybe. Like Nvidia, Tesla, Google, things like that. But not with crypto, bro. Don't just hold that garbage. Apparently we got a bullish divergence, though. So maybe we are going to send higher. Who the hell knows, eh?